Hello friends, welcome back to virtual sessions for Java Web Services. Till now we discuss about that while developing web applications through Java, we have to divide this web application development in three parts. First one is your designing presentation layer. Right? Presentation layer means you have to develop UI, user interface for web. As we already understand the point that web application having various advantages over desktop applications. First advantage is it produces remotely shareable application. Now, remotely shareable application means what? Whatever the applications you design through this Java web, it is going to store on the virtual directory. Now this virtual directory consists global shareable program, right? And by using a web server like Apache Tomcat, Glassfish and many more, whenever you will install an IDE, integrated development environment like NetBeans or your Eclipse, so that time they will ask you to configure your IDE with the web servers. Means whenever you will create a web project, let us understand that if this is your web project, then it consists various servers. Let's say here, if I click on the services, if you expand the server, then you will come to know that Glassfish server 4.1 is already installed while installing this NetBeans, right? In the similar manner, you can even install Apache Tomcat server as well. By default, means like whenever we install this NetBeans IDE, Glassfish server is actually get installed in it. So what I'm trying to say, that whenever you will run your web project, now here imagine whatever the when you create the web project, if you run it over here, so what it will do, it will start the services of Glassfish server or Apache Tomcat server, and this demo, the project name or project will become a virtual directory, and then it runs on the server Apache Tomcat or Glassfish is already running, and on that server it will start services to publish this particular web project. Now when I run this project, it is having an interface like welcome to Axiom Tech Guru, and like it is asking for enter me some details and so on, right? So if you enter the details regarding the name, surname, age and city, and if you submit it, this entire data is going to submit to the server. It means what I'm trying to explain you, that while developing web applications, we need to generate a presentation layer. Now presentation layer means a user interface which is appearing on the web. Whenever you connect to any web application, let's say xyz.com, then you will get the UI is actually divided into two contains, two types. One is web page. Now web page means it is designed through HTML, right? And web page actually developer design to display the contents and images on the page. The motive behind creating web page is to display the contents. Like means your HTML page, web page means it's an informative page. Right? Means by navigating through that web page, you will understand some data. Some data will be user able to read, and the data is available in the format of text, right? Contains in the format of text and images. Now the second type of web UI is waveform. Now waveform means while accepting data from user, right? Web developer designs a waveform. For example, means whenever you are registering to the website, then registration form will be open. What is the purpose of registration form? It accepts users data and posts to server, right? Then another example is your login form. What is the purpose of login form? It accepts user credentials like user ID, password, and post to server. Right? Means while creating a UI for the web, a web developer has to design two things. One thing is he have to construct the web page. Now while constructing web page, why we construct the web page? Because imagine if you are constructing the home page of any particular website, then home page consists of that detail about the organization. Home page consists like the services what they are offering, right? Home page consists the entry level, elementary things about that particular organization, right? So it may display some certain images, it may display certain text and all. Then popularly we have another page called as About Us. Means it is going to display the details about that particular organizations. Then Contact Us. Then we have a registration form, sign in, sign up. Now sign in, sign up, these are coming under the category of waveforms, and rest of the pages, for example your home page, your about page, your contact page, this page actually comes to the category of your web pages. So now I believe you understand that while developing presentation layer in case of web applications using Java, the first thing we need to take care that what I am creating, whether I am creating a web page or whether I am creating a web form. Now the purpose of creating web page is to display the informations. It's an informative page, and the purpose of creating web form, for example, I had given registration form, login form. The purpose of this creating this registration form, login form, is to get the data from the user, read the data from the user, and post it to the server, right? So this is about the basic difference between the web form and the web page, right? Okay, so now let us practice down these things, that whenever we are developing a web application, we have to design firstly the web page or web form, right? And then with the help of these two things, we'll be constructing a UI required for web development, right? And then web form posts this data to the server, right? And server having that JSP page. JSP stands for Java Server Pages. Now these Java Server Pages take care of one thing. One, it accepts user data, process the data to generate response for the user, right? Now let us firstly practice these things using NetBeans IDE. Now for that reason, what I am doing, I am creating a new web project, Java web application, and give a certain title to it, okay, like demo web 1, sort of demo web 1. And here you have to select the install server. As I said, GlossFish 4.1 is already installed, right? Then I'll click on the next, and we are not using any kind of right now any frameworks, so here you keep them blank and keep on finished. Now once you create a project, okay, I'll close firstly the exist one. Once you create a project, you will get that all the web folders predefined or already available. That is web pages, which is container of all the web pages which you generate. Index.html means it's a first page, startup page. Means if you run the web project, here if you run the web project, by default a web page get run that is called as index.html, right? Just like in our console programs, whenever you run the program, by default it gives a call to the main method. In a similar manner, in web projects, whenever you run the web project, by default it gives a call to the this first page called as index.html. Now let us understand, you can add your own customized web page. This is by default, index.html is by default. I'll add one new HTML page. Let us say I'll be developing a page called by the name of my request, right? My REQ, my request page, right? Now this my request page means I want to pass on some data to the server. So let's say I'll select body and the BG color with certain BG color. Then I will put everything in the center. So I'll be using center tag to well align every data. And then here to post the data from request page to response page, we have to take help of a form tag, right? So generate the form. Now from this form, if you want to post the data to somewhere, then you will need to specify the name of it. Initially I'll be using the method name as post, and name of the form is maybe request one. So form, name of the form is request one and method is post. Now inside that I'll be adding a table. Alright. Now whenever you are developing a web form, right, it has to be enclosed in a form tag. Form should have a name, because this form is going to read the data from the user and have ability to post the data to the server. Now I'm developing a table. Let us say I'm developing a request form, so read data from user. You may have a call span of 2. Then I'll be saying enter name. So this field will read the name from the user. So I'll be accepting input type, text input type, that is name is a first name, input type equal to text, and width I am specifying that is 30. So my first field is ready to read the data from the user. I'll be using table border 2, right? And then these are the basic HTML tags I'm discussing. Now second thing I want to read from the user, that is enter surname. And here again I'll be take a text input. Maybe SNM is the name of the variable, and then you have to specify the width of it. And okay, right now just like try to post this data to the server. So I'll be needing another table row and the table data, but this time I'm having call span 2 with a align as a center, because I am expecting a button over here. So this button called as submit button, which read the data and submit to the server, right? Let's run this code firstly, request page firstly. We'll get the result like this, which reads data from the user. Enter name, you will enter the name over here, enter surname, you will enter the surname over here, and if you want to submit, this data has to be posted to the server. Right now there is no server page we defined, so data will not be posted to anywhere else. Now what I am trying to do, let's have some space on the from the top. Right, and we get the view like this now, having some upper space on the top. And then form name equals to request one form is there, method equals to post, because we are posting the data. I'll be discussing in the next sessions how what is the difference between the get and post methods over there. But form name equal to request one, method equal to post, and here you have to specify the name of the page. Action equals to. Now, action equals to means whenever you post the data, this data will be get posted to the server side page, and you have to specify that name of the page. Response, let's say any name, response1.jsp. It should have the .jsp extension because it's a server side Java code over there. So whenever I run this waveform, it will accept the data, and whenever I click on the submit button, this data will be get posted to the response1.jsp. So I'm just like I need to add a web page by the name of response1.jsp. Now whenever you add a JSP page, by default it get the .jsp extensions, a .jsp extension, so there is no need to specify the .jsp over here. And if I finish it, now server side response page will be added. Now server side response page means after reading that data, you have to accept the data first and then process the data. So obviously here we have to add the server side code. So what I am trying to do here, firstly, step number 1, read the data. Now whenever you up till now we deal with the HTML tags only. Now to read the data from the user, read the posted data from the user, I have to use a JSP tags. Just understand one point, that to add the Java code, Java server side code, JSP code, we have to use not only Angular bracket, but at the same time we have to use the modulus. Now this modulus indicates your JSP code. Just like your HTML tags will enclose in a Angular brackets only, right? Opening and closing, but the Java code is enclosed in a modulus, Angular and modulus over there. And here you have to write a JSP code, or rather JSP tags, right? And here this is your HTML tags, right? So HTML provides you the predefined tags to create the web pages, but here to process the data on the server side, we have to add the Java code on the server, and it has to be, this is the JSP tag or JSP code you have added. So while developing the server side response page, the first thing what I said, whatever the data you posted from the request page, you have to accept the data. You have to you have to get the data from the user, right? So for that reason, you add a Java code string nm equals to, declare a string variable. There is a request object, request provided by the JSP, request dot get parameter, request dot get parameter, and then what is the field name? Here you have a field name called as FNM. Means when you click on the submit button, whatever the data you posted on the text field called as FNM, the data get posted to the response page like this. So here you have to specify the name of that, FNM, right? So request the JSP object, get parameter means whichever the waveform post this data to this page, it will read the data posted from the text field called as FNM, right? And it will be assigned to the local variable called as string nm. Now I'll be reading the data of surname also, SNM, because we develop only one form that is having two fields, first name and SNM, and then we posted the data to the server. Now response page consists of these two variables, string nm, request get parameter FNM, string SNM, request or get parameter SNM. Now we able to read this data. Now again, if you want to display what data gets posted to the server, then again you have to take care of the HTML, right? And then I'll help you out. Then you use a table tag, maybe you go with a background color also, which your background color suits to you. You add it. Here I am writing a code of server side code over here. Table head all span to posted data to server. Right now here what data get posted, name, and here you have to use modulus equals to and the name of the variable, right? Now like actually this is the Java code. JSP means it's a embedded Java code on the web page, right? And HTML means purely HTML page, right? So now here string nm, string SNM, these are the variables of Java, right? And here if you want to fetch the value from that variable, then you have to use modulus equals to. Here firstly we learn modulus is just to add the Java code over here, and modulus equals to is fetching the data from that particular variable. So name will be so and so, and the surname, whatever data you will post, you use mod equals to snm and complete the modulus over here. Right? So let us discuss how it will work. Now here, if you run the request page, obviously request page you have to run. Now here it will prompt you to enter the name. Let's say you enter the name and surname and click on submit. Now this request form has to post this entered data by the user to the server. So click on the submit. Okay. Now the data, the data internally will be posted to the server, and the posted data to the server will be name will be so and so, and surname will be so and so. If you post some different data, the different data also get posted over here. Right? So initially, how to develop a waveform? You have to take help of the form tag, form name equal to name of the form, method equal to post, as we are posting the data. As I said, there are two type of way to post the data server, that is get method and post method. I will be discussing on the next sessions about what is the difference between get and post. And action equals to means these are the three attributes of a form tag. Name equal to name of the form, method equal to which method you are using to send the data to the server, and action equals to which page is responsible for accepting that data and posting the data. So here like I specify the name of the JSP page, response1.jsp. So it is responsible for holding the data posted from this particular client page. Now here I am having a user interface where user can able to feed the data, and once you hit on the submit button, the data will be posted to the server. I'll add some more data to it now. Let us say, okay, enter your age and you specify the age variable. Then we say enter your city and you specify the city, right? And then go to the response page. You add a couple of more variables like string, name, surname, age equals to request dot get parameter and this age, right? But you will say that okay, age will be the numeric type of data. Yes, you are right. So in such situations, what you have to do, you have to take it declare this local variable as an integer, and then request dot get parameter integer dot parse integer. Entire Java code is there. Request dot get parameter, okay, dot to string, right? You convert that requested data posted to the server to string and then parse it to the integer. Then you have string city, that is request dot get parameter and city. Now you have name, surname, age, city variables over here. Let us firstly print what values get posted to the server. I'm just copying the symbol code over here to save the time, and then I'm having age and city, right? And just run the code again. Then enter anybody's name, anybody's surname, the age and the city, and submit this data. So this data posted, whatever data which will accept from the user, that get posted to the server like this, name, surname, age and city. Now if you want to add, like you can just like in a Java program, after reading data you can able to process it over here, right? So if you want to import some like let's say API, like in a Java code we write the first code, import java.lang.star, right? Import java.util and all, right? So in the here also, if you want to import any packages, then mod page @page import equals to, here you have to specify the name of the package, just like java dot, okay, here maybe you want to go for the lang.star. So all the classes belongs to java.lang will be imported over here, right? So it is completely JSP code, Java server side code over here, right? So okay, now we learn about how to import the packages, how to read the data by using request.get parameter, and these are the field names referring to the input type equal to text name equals to, so your input tag HTML tag having the attributes name equals to, these are the actually name of the fields which we are using over here when you post the data, right? And now here let us say you want to compare whether the person's age is eligible to vote or not. So if age is more than equals to 18, as we know that if the person's age is more than equal to 18, then out.println, right? Out.println is the method, okay, that NM is eligible. What? Here you are not supposed to use system.out.println. Here is out.println. Else out.println NM, the name of the person, is not eligible to vote. Sort of. Now again rerun because the only way to get the result, that is run the form. So you read the data from the user, and post it to the server. You get the message, this name of the person is not eligible to vote because he is having age 12, right? So you back to the form, and then now you post a different age, maybe XYZ, and maybe having age 32. Now submit the data, you find XYZ is eligible to vote, and these are the things. It's like, okay, I'm taking very simple examples how we can generate the request and response page. What I discuss, okay, whenever you are dealing with the web applications, in the presentation layer we have to create two type of web development, that is UI, web page, which consists the text and the images, that is informative page, and second is waveform. Now whenever you develop a waveform, obviously you have to like have a design like this. Means we should take help of the form tag. Form tag got the attributes name, method, action, and then you take help of the your table tag to generate the waveform, and you should have a submit button which should able to post the data to the server, and then this response page will hold the data from the user. Firstly, that I explain you the difference between HTML tag and JSP tag. HTML tag are just enclosing the Angular tag, Angular bracket, and the JSP tags which consists the modulus over there. Modulus indicates it's a server side Java code. So while importing a package, you have to take help of the mod @page import equals to, and then you have to write the Java code like modulus, and then you have to specify that all the list of fields which posted data to the server, and then you can add a Java code over here. Here I specify mod equals to like whenever you are printing the value of the variables, then mod equals to is used over here, right? Hope you understand the basic steps of generating the waveforms and how to post the data to the server over here, right? Now let us discuss one another example. Let's say I want to create a request form by which I can read the data. Let's say arithmetic. I will read the data from the user to perform the arithmetical operation with the two numbers. So I will create the HTML form. HTML is a request page which runs on the client, right? So I'll be creating a HTML page to read the data. Again, I said have a good background color, make it a center line. Now I'll be going bit faster, okay, and then have some space on the top. Then take help of the form tag, because it's a request form you are developing. Action equals to specify the name of the page where you are posting this data, that is response.jsp, and method is post, and name of the form will be the request one, or any other name you can specify. So here form name equals to request one, right, because it is going to make a request to the means like accept the data from the user and post the data to the response2.jsp. So first of all, you develop a form. So take help of the table, right, and then arithmetic application is the title of the form. Call span equals to 2, and here I will be writing a first number, and I'll be reading the first number from the user, FNO. The size will be 30. I'll duplicate this, and the second number, and the input type is the field name will be the SNM, see that second number, and then you write the submit button. You define the submit button here. Okay, call span equals to 2 and align equals to center. Make the button center line, and then you drag the button over here from the palette. So button having name submit, and give the same as a name to it, and type will be the submit. I'll be discussing about there are different types of buttons actually, but right now we are discussing about the submit button. Now this arithmetic application means we'll read the data from the user, right, regarding the first number, second number, and able to post the data to the server side response page. So I'll be creating the server side response page for this reason. So I'll be adding another page, response page, that is response2.jsp. I already explained you start from here by including your packages if required. Import equals to the double quotes java.any package, and then we'll start. So you successfully able to import the package over here. After that, the first thing what you have to do, read the data from the user. So as you are dealing with the numeric data, so int first number equals to integer dot parse integer of request dot get parameter of first number dot to string, right? So we'll read the first number from the user and convert it into the string and then parse it to the integer, because I have to deal with the arithmetics. Then I'll be duplicate this for the second number, right? Now if you want to display that all the arithmetics over here, then what I can do, I can again make it a center line, I have a background for that. This is for the beautification. Then why don't you have a table to align the things? We need to understand one point, that table, center, these are for the alignment reasons. You cannot align the data properly in a web without using table and center and all the stuff, right? Okay, now here call span equals to 2. Okay, arithmetic application is the title. Now the first number, what do you have? That is mod equals to fno, right? So you display the first number, what is get posted to the server, and then the second number, that is SNO. Then you can do with the addition, and that is mod equals to a plus b, right? Sorry, a fno plus sno, a and b, these are very clear. I'm not taking that variables for it, right? And then you gotta rest arithmetical operations, let's say subtraction, multiplication, whatever. Division, do this, compare and all, right? So let us like run this and test it whether we are getting the appropriate result or not. If you run the application now, enter the first number, enter the second number, post this data. Okay, you got the arithmetic application. Okay, I need to check some application. Alright, so in the file, here is your first number, here is your second number, and you get the result like this: arithmetic applications, and the first number is 12, second number is 5, addition is 17, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus. Okay. Means the motive behind explaining this all the things to you, that while designing web applications, we have to firstly think about request page, request form, and response. Request means a form by which user can input the data. So it's a completely HTML page which is input type equal to text, and we'll be discussing some rest of the web components, right? And then and the button you required to read the data, post the data to the server. You required a form tag. Form name equals name of the form, action equals to the name of the page where you are posting the data, and method equals to post. After that, you have to develop the server-side response page, right? Response page in the sense, okay, the page which will read the data from the user, right? It's a server-side Java code, which where you can add the completely Java code over here, like how to explain you how to import the package, how to like add the Java code under the web page. So request.get parameter, request is a JSP object which get the value from the user. If you want to parse it to the integer, you can parse like this, you know? So it's like a JSP is a combination of Java code on the server side and HTML as well, right? So here mod equals to will fetch the data, fetch the values from the variables. At the same time, we can even able to build the expressions as well. So in these sessions, we just discussed how we can develop the waveforms, how we can post the data, and how we can develop the simple response pages over there, right? I hope you get everything like right about this web session, right? So you can try some of the assignments, like, okay, like read the data of the student regarding the name, roll number, and marks obtained, and able to generate the mark sheet out of it. Read the data regarding the item bill, like item name, unit price, quantity, and generate the bill out of it. Such kind of assignments, like actually these all the type of problems we already tested and tried in desktop applications, but now as we need to practice it. Okay, whenever you are developing a web project, obviously web page which is informative, and the second is wave form. So generate the wave form with the help of form tag, table tag, have a submit button, post the data to the response page. For in the response page, you have to import the package, you have to gather the data firstly, and write the processing expressions. In this way, you can able to develop the simple web pages, request and response web pages using JSP, right? I hope you got everything right. Thank you.